Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Picks Club. If you've got an AtGames Legends Pinball 4KP, then you may find this video useful. If you do, all I ask is a subscription. Maybe you'll consider subscribing just to let me know that you did find it useful and let me know you were here. But enough of that. Let's go on a journey together. So this is a pinball machine. This is a 4KP that you see here, and this has been modified. Look at the speaker grills. They look a little bit different. Hang on, and look, they're lighting up. They're lighting up. So we've got a Doctor Who table running through OTG, and they're basically sound activated. I wanted a way that I could do this, and this video is going to show you two ways of doing it. One, if you've got a 3D printer, that's great. But if you haven't got a 3D printer, there's another way you can do it as well. So that's absolutely fine. But let's talk about 3D printing. Let's talk about 3D printing. I need to bring up a web page that we're going to do just now. This is the files I've uploaded to do this, and the reason I've uploaded them is sharing is caring, and I want everybody to have everything for nothing. If you have a 3D printer and you've got some filament going spare, you can do this mod to your AtGames Legend Pinball for under 20 British pounds, which is very, very cheap. You know, I think everything should be free, really, when it comes to stuff like this. You know, the amount of effort that people put into visual pinball tables and things like this, if I can give a little bit back, and this is me giving something a little bit back, then I hope it's worth it to each and every one of you. This video is going to be heavily chaptered. We're going to be showing you two things. The first thing we're going to be showing you is how to do this without 3D printing, and it's all going to get a bit timey-wimey as my clothes change and we go back to a recording that I made yesterday, and then we're going to go to a more recent recording where I actually do a little bit of a demonstration of what the parts are, put them all together, and then we put them on the machine so you can see how simple this really is. Let's continue this journey. Cards on the table. There was someone on Etsy that actually creates these. I went to see whether I could buy them from him, and it was impossible to do. He only ships to Canada and the US, and there was no shipping to the UK. So I had come up with my own unique solution to do this. What he does is he uses LED strips, and there's a sound monitor effectively on the back of all of those. I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm using these devices here. You can get these off Amazon, you can get them off AliExpress as well. And they're these little round devices. They actually charge via USB that you can see at the bottom here. And you can turn them on simply by pushing that button there, and you hold for 3 seconds and they turn on. We'll turn on the other one as well, and boom, there you go. Give it a moment, it lights up like this. So with these devices, we want to be putting them onto this pinball machine there, that you can see that. Now, I've got two ways of doing this. You can do it a easy way out of the box, where we simply just basically put these on the speakers. They're magnetic. Let me show you in a moment's time. Or you can do a 3D printed way where we actually remove the speaker grills that we will do and put it in its own enclosure, for want of a better word, with easy removable as well, because these have about a 3.5 hour battery life for the LEDs that you have here. So yeah, we can do a couple of different ways of doing this. I'm going to have them on the enclosure because I want to do video content. I don't want reflection, and there's a couple of things that I want to be doing, and I'll show you how I did that in the video. But yeah, that's for a little bit later on. For the moment, we're going to show you the easy way where you can buy these off AliExpress, you can buy them off Amazon, and if you're talking British money, this costs under £20 for the pair. The enclosure is this white thing that I've got here. There's some outside for it and some grills and other bits and pieces, but the reason I've got this is I want to make the light actually bigger, so when you put that in there, you can't really see it, but it's going to bounce off the edges. It's going to bounce off all the white there. So if the lights were suddenly turned off, that would look rather spectacular. But anyway, let's take these and show you these working by literally going to put them live on the machine, and I'll be right back. So they go on the machine literally with no problem whatsoever. They're literally magnetic. It just goes onto the grill. I obviously have a different solution for that, for what I'm going to be doing, but there they are, ready to go. They come with an app as well, so if I can bring up the app and see whether it connects. It's scanning for devices. I'm just giving it a moment's time to do its stuff. There we go, it's found one device. It really should be finding two devices. This is only the second time I've actually fired up this app. Come on, Chop Chop is using Bluetooth at the moment to do this well. Hang on a minute, I think it showed them both there a moment ago. Give me a moment, give me a moment. Here we go, here we go. Alright, they're both there. So on the app you can see both devices listed like that. And if we go here, and then you can change the mode. So if you look on the machine, I'm talking, it can hear me talking. I'm going to switch through the different modes that you have so they could do different things. You've got different features. You can see them doing different bits and pieces on how they're going to react to light. Yeah, that's quite a pretty one, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, this works. This works quite well. Yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that. And we're going to have it, what wall should we have it on? I think I want it on the one I originally had it on, just to demonstrate it a little bit more. You can, it's random colors as you see, but you could set default colors for it as well by using this bar at the top. So yeah, you can change all of this around. So what I've got is my table that you can see there. In fact, we'll put the random colors on. We'll put the random colors on just to show it works. We've got that table there, and although I'm not physically using it at the moment, I can use it with this keyboard here that we're going to do. So we're just going to put a bit of coinage in here. Let's put a coin in, and I just want you to see how it reacts to sound.
This just in, reports are coming in from all over the world. The Earth is under attack. An attack from Mars!
So there might be a bit of feedback from this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the microphone so you can just hear it for a little bit without the microphone doing the noise as well.
City will be destroyed!
So that was a nice test that you saw there. That seemed to work quite well. What we're going to do now is I'm going to make myself disappear, and we're going to kill the light so you can see what it looks like in the dark.
Get your hands off me! Save me! Save me!
Sacre bleu! The Martians are destroying the Eiffel Tower!
So here we go, back in the room, back in the room. You can see effectively how that works. What we're going to do now is we're going to build the shell, so we're going to put these into a shell and demonstrate that for you as well. So hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Let's crack on with the next part. So I hope that was useful to you. That's how to do this without 3D printing if you don't own a 3D printer, but you can still make your machine look nice. Now I'm going to show you what happens if you have a 3D printer. And remember, the links to the STL files that you can use is in the video description below. And if you go to that site where the STL files are, they've got a BOM, which is Bill of Materials. It's got a link to where you can buy the LED speaker as well. Let's carry on. So we need to bring up the video. I think I need to actually be showing you something here. And there we go. Look at this desk. So this is the magnetic music lamp that we're going to be using here. That's a bit of a tongue twister. And there it is. So, you know, glorious little device. But we're doing this. This is the outer ring, which you can print any color. This is the inner frame, which the outer ring goes on top of. That's an outer shell. This is a grill. And this bit here, that's a privacy screen for when I'm recording content to stop the reflections. So let's power this on and make sure this works. And this has been created in so many parts, so you can choose to print it any color scheme that you want. It's all about flexibility and making things easy for you. So what we need to do is we grab this and put that in there. Everything is precision and that fits perfectly. If it's a hand inside a glove, we then get the outer ring and put that on top, and you would be aligning both those screw holes when you screw that into the back plane. This is the ring that you've got for the shell. There's a little lip there, and the little lip that's on one part of this, that is for the grill to clip into. There's two versions of the grill with the shell, one with a circle, one without, and some will hide the light of music, the others won't. We're putting in the privacy screen and we're putting it bang on top, so there you can see that will have no glare, and the privacy screen was from an iPad that was cut out into small circles, a cheap one that I bought to do this. We want to take the privacy screen off, so you actually pull it off the top, put the screen to the side, and then put the grill back in that comes out, and it all clips together fine. This is built with, once you've put this on the back glass, there should be no screws needed. I wanted a wires-free, easy way to do this, and the way the magnetic ring of lights hold in, when you've got it up like this, you can basically have the ring in there, have the LED in there, and you just tap the top and it falls out, and it's very easy to get. So this is fast forwarded just a little bit so you can see me unscrewing this. You don't want this in slow motion. If you've done the privacy back glass, it's very easy to do. Here I'm holding the inner frame and the outer shell, which I'm going to print in a different colour, together. The inner bit is white purely for the fact is, I want to bounce colours off. You can make that any colour you want, but I chose to make that a bit white for myself. I've got an X1C printer and it prints multiple colours. If you've only got one colour printer, then just print the whole shell and the whole thing in whatever colour you want, because you've got the frame that goes on top, the outer ring that goes on top, and everything will be hidden, everything will be fine. When you put the screws in, the same amount of effort to take them out is needed, basically no effort whatsoever. They very gently go in. You line up the two holes, so you've got the frame that you use, the outer ring goes on top, and then that screws into the back plane, and it's literally as fast as what you can see here. This is in real time that we're doing this. We'll fast forward the next one up just a little bit because you don't want to see that again, but that shows you how quick, that shows you how easy this mod is to do. And the whole thing was make it easy, make it accessible to absolutely everybody. We're putting in, I think, the last screw. There might be one more after this. So is that the last screw? No, yeah, there's one more to go here, but actually no, there's not. No, there's not. So here we go. We get the frame and we get the outer ring. We line them up and we pop them in, and you do the 4 screws there. So that's a 2-part connection that you've got that screws onto the back glass, and we're almost done. The last screw to do, and the install is finished. It literally is as easy as putting the devices in there. Put one in here. We put one in here. And then you get the outer frame that's basically the outer shell and the grill clipped together, so you can have a choice of colours for what you do, and they literally push on like this, and see, it hides all the white. It's absolutely perfect. Push on like that, and Bob is your uncle. Your machine has been upgraded. So I hope that was useful to you. I really, really do. It was important to make this as easy as I could, and it literally is as fast as that to do. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give a subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you have, thank you already. And a like and a share, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's say goodbye with the girls from the GPC.
Gentlemen, P is for Pixel, C is for Club. At the Gentleman's Pixel Club, we play old school games, no need to rule. With sunglasses on, we dive into retro fun. Masters of nostalgia, our joy never gets undone. G is for Gentlemen, P is for Pixel, C is for Club. The GPC brings us together every single video. Subscribe now and join the club, let's have some fun. Gentlemen of gaming, ladies, and welcome to Pixelated Fun. Remember when we had Commodore and Atari too? Those were the days, we loved them like a brother and you. From Pac-Man to Space Invaders, we played all night long. Gentleman's Pixel Club reminds us of those times when life was just right. G is for Gentlemen, P is for Pixel, C is for Club. The GPC brings us together every single video. Subscribe now and join the club, let's have some fun. Gentlemen of gaming and the ladies too. Retro fun never done. For the years the games may change, but the spirit stays the same. Gentlemen's Pixel Club is where we gather our hearts in a game. Sunglasses on, we're ready to play. Gentlemen's Pixel Club, the ultimate gaming channel, always in play. G is the gentleman, he is the pixel. C is the club, the GPC brings us together every single video. So right now and join the club, let's have some fun. And women and children of gaming, joystick fun are never done. G is the gentleman, T is the pixel, C is the club, the GPC brings us together every single